10 symptoms of a bad CV joint. A CV, constant velocity, joint is a type of joint that connects the drive shaft to the wheels in a front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle. It allows for smooth and constant power transfer from the transmission to the wheels while also allowing for the wheels to turn and move up and down as needed. The inner joint of a CV joint is connected to the transmission, while the outer joint is connected to the wheel hub. The joint itself is made up of a number of small ball bearings that allow for smooth movement and power transfer between the two joints. One of the main benefits of a CV joint is that it allows for a constant velocity of power transfer, regardless of the angle at which the wheels are turned. This is important in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles, where the wheels need to be able to turn at different angles to navigate corners and curves. Over time, the flexible boot that protects the CV joint may crack or tear, allowing dirt and debris to enter the joint and cause damage. This can lead to a number of problems, including vibration, clicking or popping noises, and eventually complete failure of the joint. Regular inspection and maintenance can help prevent CV joint failure. This may include checking the condition of the boot and replacing it if necessary, as well as lubricating the joint to ensure smooth operation. If you notice any signs of CV joint failure, such as vibration or unusual noises, it is important to have your vehicle inspected by a qualified mechanic as soon as possible. There are two main types of CV joints used in vehicles. 1. Ball-type CV joint. This type of CV joint has a ball-shaped bearing that sits between the inner and outer joint. It is commonly used in front-wheel drive vehicles. 2. Tripod-type CV joint. This type of CV joint has three bearings that sit between the inner and outer joint. It is commonly used in all-wheel drive vehicles. Both types of CV joints allow for smooth rotation of the drive shaft while also allowing for movement of the suspension. Over time, these joints can wear out and cause vibrations or clicking noises when turning. It is important to have them inspected and replaced if necessary to ensure proper function and safety of the vehicle. Your car's CV joints are an important component of the drivetrain. They connect the transmission to the wheels and allow for smooth power transfer. However, when they start to fail, it can cause a range of symptoms that can affect your car's performance and safety. Here are 10 symptoms of a bad CV joint to watch out for. Number 1. Clicking or popping noises when turning. If you hear these sounds while turning, it could be a sign that the CV joint is worn or damaged. Number 2. Vibrations while driving at higher speeds. A worn CV joint can cause vibrations that get worse as you accelerate. Number 3. Grease on the inside of the wheel or around the CV joint. If you see grease on the wheel or around the CV joint, it could be a sign that the boot has cracked and allowed grease to escape. Number 4. Clunking sounds when shifting gears. If you hear clunking sounds while shifting gears, it could be a sign that the CV joint is loose or damaged. Number 5. Difficulty turning the steering wheel. A worn CV joint can make it harder to turn the steering wheel, especially at low speeds. Number 6. Jerking or shuddering during acceleration. If you feel jerking or shuddering when accelerating, it could be a sign that the CV joint is worn or damaged. Number 7. Grinding noises while driving. If you hear grinding noises while driving, it could be a sign that the CV joint is damaged and needs to be replaced. Number 8. Uneven tire wear. A worn CV joint can cause uneven tire wear, which can affect your car's handling and performance. Number 9. Reduced performance and power output. A worn CV joint can cause your car to lose power and performance, especially during acceleration. Number 10. Steering wheel feels loose or unstable. If the steering wheel feels loose or unstable, it could be a sign that the CV joint is worn or damaged. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's important to have your CV joints inspected by a professional mechanic. Ignoring these signs can lead to further damage and potentially dangerous driving conditions. What causes bad CV joint? There are several factors that can cause a CV joint to go bad. Over time, normal wear and tear can cause the joint to become worn or damaged. Exposure to harsh weather conditions, such as extreme heat or cold, can also cause the joint to deteriorate. Additionally, driving habits such as aggressive acceleration or hard turns can put extra stress on the CV joint and cause it to fail prematurely. Finally, a lack of proper maintenance, such as failing to replace the CV joint boot when it becomes damaged, can also lead to CV joint failure. What can lead to CV joint failure? 1. Normal wear and tear. 2. Exposure to harsh weather conditions. 3. Aggressive driving habits. 4. Lack of proper maintenance. How to care for CV joint. 1. Regularly inspect the CV joint boots for tears or cracks and replace them if necessary. 2. Keep the CV joint clean and free of dirt and debris. 3. Avoid aggressive driving habits such as hard acceleration, sudden braking, and sharp turns. 4. Follow the manufacturer's recommended maintenance schedule for your vehicle, including regular oil changes and inspections of the CV joint. 5. If you notice any unusual noises or vibrations while driving, have your vehicle inspected by a qualified mechanic to determine if there is an issue with the CV joint. What can be done to prolong the service life of CV joint? 1. Use high-quality lubricants and grease recommended by the manufacturer to ensure proper functioning of the CV joint. 2. Avoid driving through deep water or mud, as this can damage the CV joint. 3. Maintain proper tire pressure and alignment to reduce stress on the CV joint. 4. Avoid overloading your vehicle beyond its recommended capacity, as this can put extra strain on the CV joint. 5. If you frequently drive on rough or uneven terrain, consider installing protective shields or guards to prevent damage to the CV joint. That's all we have for you in today's video. It's very good to have you here on our channel. If you liked the video, please smash the like button and do consider subscribing if you haven't already. We hope to see you soon with another video. Until then, stay safe.